Right, Gab, let's look at the left backs now and the top 10 that we came up with. And maybe what we said about right back, the top 5 really good, and then the bottom 5 maybe not so good. Maybe this is more of the kind of...
More depth.
Yeah,
Definitely more depth.
Exactly. We went for Andy Robertson as the number 1. Not that he had a stellar season, but you look at Alphonso Davies then, Theo Hernandez in the top 3, Spinazzola, all had sort of pros and cons. Would you have had Theo Hernandez maybe a bit higher up?
I would have had Theo Hernandez higher just simply because he was there all season and because he was really good.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know if I would have had him at 1. That's also what hurts Davies too, right? Obviously, he missed a chunk of the season through injury. He did come back, but that's why you're marked down a little bit. I wouldn't have had a problem with Davies at number 1 necessarily.
No, I agree.
But, the best ability is availability.
Yeah, you're right. Jordi Alba in 5th, Rafael Guerrero in 6th as well. Marcos Alonso at 7. We're not his biggest fan.
Just speak for yourself.
Well, I didn't think you thought he was as up as 7.
I think
considering
7...
Ben Chilwell played a lot of the season last year as well.
I know, but it's Marcos Alonso running down the wing for me. Come on,
man. You love the whole family history and that.
Yeah, I know. I mean, looking at this, there's a couple of guys after him I might have had before him, to be honest. I just think Marcos Alonso is a really important player for Chelsea. Chilwell was never going to get on the list after he was effectively dumped at the Euros when St. Gareth decided he didn't like him. So, I would have the guy at number 8 higher.
Yeah,
because I think Robin Gosens had a monster year. Now, you want to say he's not a left back. Okay, fine. But again, this includes wing backs.
Exactly.
They play 3-4-3 or whatever. Ferland Mendy, I think is a really, really good player.
He is.
If I was to rank these players defensively, I might actually consider... I'm sure, in fact, let's do this. Right, because... People say about fullbacks when I criticize them, like, he can't defend.
Yep.
I'm like, well, it doesn't really matter because fullback is an attacking position, attacking game. But Ferland Mendy is the best defender out of these 10, right?
I think so.
Like, easily.
He is probably, yeah.
Like, Ferland Mendy could play
easily,
centre back.
but if you look at them, a lot of them were wingers before, left wingers.
Yeah.
A lot of them are clearly very good going forwards and not so much... defensively, I guess. So yes, it would be interesting. Yeah, I think you're right. Maybe Mendy, probably.
At number 10, it's Luke Shaw.
Luke Shaw. I mean, for the Euros more than anything else. Although he had a really good season with United as well.
United finished second.
Almost like if Alex Telles is arriving, just gave him a boost, like a big kick on the backside. And that he found that form that he had all those years ago at Southampton.
Is 10 fair? You wouldn't have him any higher, though, right?
I think 10 is fair.
All right.
10 is fair. Central midfielders, Gab, we're a bit like in centre-backs territory here again, where you have so many possibilities, so many options. I think we both agree on the number 1. N'Golo Kante. N'Golo Kante.
It's a toss-up between him and Joshua Kimmich. I thought Kimmich was phenomenal last season. Kante had his injuries.
Yeah.
Obviously, we overrate what happens in the big... No, we overrate, but we give more value to what happens in the big competitions. And Kante helped win the Champions
Man of the
League.
match in the 2 semi-final games.
Yeah.
Man of the match in the 2 quarterfinals games. Man of the match in the final.
He's always man of the match in Euro.
Because he's the best. Okay. N'Golo Kante.
All right. Okay, it's fine.
So Kimmich second, Jorginho third, winning the Euros and the Champions League.
And the Ballon d'Or.
And
the
Ballon
maybe not.
Color.
Again, as you know, I love the Jorginho story because he's a good guy and he has received so much stick from so many stupid, and I use the term really stupid people for the wrong reasons. Yeah. So he's a tremendous story. He deserves to be up there.
That's true. 4 is Barella, 5th is Verratti. So somehow 3 Italians, 3, 4, and 5. You must have either tweaked the list or something happened, or the whole of Italy voted or something.
Yeah, funny how this happens. No, look, I think Barella for me should be at 4. I wouldn't have more of an issue with maybe Verratti should be a little lower. But Barella was phenomenal in Serie A. Had some really good games at the Euros as well. Inter won the title for the first time after a long time, and he was a huge part of it. At number, if we were to make a point about this, who's missing from this list? And I'll get them later because I think he belongs on here. Number 5, Marco Verratti, little high maybe.
No, I would have had first. You know, Marco, je t'aime.
I'm not going to force you to choose between Verratti and Conte. Casemiro.
Yeah.
Again, rough start to this season, but this is last season.
He
scored a ton of goals, too.
A ton of goals. I think 12 or 14, something in all competition. There was either him or Benzema scoring, and then that was pretty much it for Real Madrid. He deserves to be there. Luka Modric is also on the list at number 8. At 7, we've got the Golden Boy winner.
Yeah,
Pedri, who has been not even the revelation. We knew he was good at Las Palmas, but to adapt so young at Barcelona and impose himself in the team and being a key player already. Same for Spain. They overplayed him. It's their loss because now he's injured, the poor kid. But he was incredible, right?
Again, Pedri is somebody I might have had a little bit higher.
Yeah, I agree.
These guys at the end, I'm not 100% sure of, in the sense. Luka Modric, phenomenal player, was okay at the Euros.
That goal with the outside of his right foot.
I think that's what gets him in here. Gundogan, again, is it just me? Do I like Rodri better?
I know, but the Gundogan who scored all those goals between, around November, December for City
he did come up.
Was big. It was really big.
There's too many City players.
Frankie de Jong, then you can have a bit of reservation on Frankie de Jong being 10th because I don't think he had a very good season with a struggling Barcelona team with the Dutch guy.
Yeah, but I look at this as if Frankie de Jong hadn't been there.
Yeah, that would probably be worse. You're right.
Barcelona would be struggle to qualify for the Europa Conference based on what we saw last season. Just about.
But for the guy that you're going to mention now who's not on this list, he could have maybe been in place of Frankie de Jong.
What, Rodri, you mean?
Yeah.
I just wonder. I mean, would City have won the title if Rodri hadn't been there?
No, it's a good call. I think it is a good call.
You can give me the Fernandinho stuff. It's sweet and all, but come on.
Gab, the attacking midfielders. So again, the way we split the whole positions, you've got attacking midfielders and you've got your central midfielders that we mentioned, then you'll have forwards, wingers and strikers. So, keep up with us.
It's a bit, in some cases it's a bit counterintuitive. We did this, the categories were divided by where these people played most of the year at their clubs, okay?
Attacking midfielders, the number 1 is Kevin De Bruyne, KDB. Anything to say?
No, there was one point where I thought he was the best player. Or best midfielder in Europe anyway.
Completely. Yeah.
So no argument there. Bruno Fernandes again, last season, without Bruno.
Okay, but you know what I'm going to say, yeah? Last season, apart from the penalty away at City in the derby in the league,
he didn't score against the big teams.
Thank you. In all the big games, he not just his mistake or his fault, but he was not there. He didn't deliver. He didn't carry this team. He didn't lead the team. That's it. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that this is his limit or this is why he's not one of the greatest or one of the best, etc., or the Bruyne level. But it's the reality.
It's interesting what comes after him because we have Thomas Muller, who I think had almost quietly a really solid season. I don't have an issue with Thomas Muller.
No.
At 3. But it's just saying there's a lot of competition here. At 4, Phil Foden as well, who I think back to the Euros and I think of the madness that we didn't see more of him.
I know.
I think he's just a phenomenal player. And then you get into Paul Pogba at 5.
I would have him first, as you know. But just
there we go. This is the Paul Pogba divides opinion.
Of course, it does. I think he's world class. A lot of people are saying that he's overrated. I can understand their argument. Mine is that I don't think there are many midfielders in the world right now who can do everything that he can do. He can attack, he can defend, he can tackle, he can score, he can assist. He sees the game so well. Long range passes, short range passes, everything you want.
And on the basis of the 2021 season, did Paul Pogba pull his weight for Manchester United? I would argue that he did.
He scored some really key goals against Burnley, against West Ham, games that United won 1-0 that helped them getting to the second place against
those
Milan.
Are the big teams that
but against Milan in the Europa League, for example, when they needed him, he was there. Okay, the final was not what he wanted and they could not win it, but I still think I will always defend him, as you know.
And he and Conte did so well for France too. Yeah. All right, I knew that was coming. Mason Mount at 6, no argument there.
No.
Bernardo Silva's at 7.
It's a bit high considering the season that he had.
Yeah, he did not have a good season.
No.
And now it gets funky. And I think part of this is also because attacking midfielder, you're talking number 10 types generally, right? In the modern game, there really aren't that many.
That's true.
They're normally second strikers or they get turned into wingers. So number 8, we get to Lucas Paqueta.
Reviving his career at Lyon, really. After you in Milan were mean with him.
Number 9, Mikkel Damsgaard. It's a bit of a Euro Sampdoria effect, I think.
Yeah.
But we
Even
like
if
him.
you could say he played more as a winger in the Euros, which is true, but he has got his place there in attacking midfielder.
Number 10, Thomas Souček.
I mean, this is your call. This is you really put him in your list.
I had Souček higher. Why not?
Why? How? Tell me
West
how.
Ham had a tremendous season. They were in contention for the Champions League until the
Declan
last
Rice
day of
is
the
not
season.
in central midfielders.
There's more competition in central midfield.
Come on.
Thomas Souček scored many more goals than Declan Rice.
You just love
I know
this
you like
tall
your
dude and like a bit lanky and all of that. That's why he's there.
He did well. He did well for his country as well. I know you got a thing for
I
the
just
Rice
would like
baby,
to
but
say
come
to
on,
the
man.
whole world, I'm distancing myself from, nothing against you, Thomas, distancing myself from the Souček wagon or whatever.
We're Součekaholics.
Yeah, that Gab is. So I'm just saying.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.